On this episode of Stock2Not, we're finally going to be starting this guy up. Fingers crossed. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome to episode 12 of the Stock2Not build series. Build series where we take a stock Honda Grom, turn it into something modified. I'm your host, Photogromer. So today we're episode 12. We're episode 12 into this, guy. So we got a lot done already. Previous episodes, listen down below. Today we're going to be putting on an oil catch cam from Kitaco. We got some top shelf Motul oil that we have to put in there, recommended from Koso. That was like $80 for 4 quarts. Then we have an aRacer tuner that we're going to be throwing on there. We're going to do some auto tuning, and then we're hopefully going to start this guy up. So we got to put the spark plug in there, a couple little sensors, and then we're going to fire this guy up if it fires. Fingers crossed. So if you guys are not familiar with the build series, again, it's a Patreon-funded build series. So down below, you're going to see some names. Those are people that individually support this build series and the channel directly. If you guys want to join us, we got them in the live chat behind us. They join us every Tuesday or Wednesday night. Watch us record this and support the show directly. So link down below if you want to join. So this episode is going to be sponsored by a couple different manufacturers. So aRacer, big sponsor for this series, hooked it up with a mighty fine tuner. So if you guys are not familiar with the Mini 2, top of the line, recommended for the Grom application. If you're doing any type of tuning on your bike, go with that. Leave all other tuners aside. Spend the money on that. It's well worth it. Besides that, we obviously have the Koso, so we're going to be firing that for the first time. They're a big sponsor of this series. And then for the first time, we're going to hear the Competition Works exhaust go, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Baby Grimer's sleeping right now, so we'll see if we get yelled at. But we're going to try to fire it up at the end of this episode. If it fires, we're going to run it for a little bit, and then next episode, we're actually going to tune it. All right, first off, let me introduce, you guys know him as Mr. Dirt Bike Tricks, joining us back this week to finish episode 12 and hopefully fire this guy up, Mr. Andrew.
What's up, guys?
There he is. Then, dueling cameras. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! We got Mike Braps and one bald guy.
What's up, guys?
Known as David Lando.
What's up, guys?
Nice. Nice. First thing we're going to do is the spark plug. We got a part number. What is the one for this guy? Koso recommends this guy.
It is an ER9EH.
NGK, I think it's
Yep, it's
brand?
NGK.
Okay, so links down below if you guys need to pick it up, but that's what they recommend. That's what we're going to use. So we're going to install the spark plug first, so let's go ahead and knock that out. How tight do you want this guy?
A little snug, that's it.
Snug.
You don't want to over tighten it.
Okay. And if you pull your spark plug out and it's white, what does that mean?
It's going to be a little lean.
That means that's bad?
No fuel's going to it.
Okay.
Or less.
And is there another color that it becomes?
You want it to be in between a solid white and a like a darkish hint to it. So you want to have it right in between. That's perfect.
Got it. All right, so that's it.
That's it.
Mod number 1 done. Okay. Moving right along. What do we got next?
We got your Kitaco breather catch can.
Look at this beauty here. Carbon fiber catch can. I got this one off WeBike. I don't know. I guess you can use like a PVC thing too if you want to, but I went top shelf for this build. All right, we don't know how to install this. We haven't done it yet, but we have trusty directions courtesy of Japan. All right, so we got a bunch of parts here that come with it. The idea of the catch cam is what, Andrew? You got one on your bike.
With the Koso 174 valve, you're creating a lot of pressure in the crankcase. So what it's going to do is it's going to push oil outside the crankcase and it's going to catch it, and it's not going to allow it to recirculate back in the throttle body.
Normally it would go straight up into the intake, right?
It'd go right into the intake. So now it's going to catch into the can, and then instead of going back into the intake.
Okay.
All right, so try to find a colored picture on Kitaco's website. It'll actually show you where the routing is and everything like that. The instructions are okay, but we're going to prefer to use the colored picture. All right, so it looks like we're going to hose clamp this top part down. We're going to get the other hose clamp. We're going to install it onto the bottom like that. All right, so we got that, and we got a big old long hose. We apparently are going to cut it down to size. We're going to have one of them going into the filler neck cap, so we're going to allow enough space. We're going to use some of their supplied clips. We're actually going to cut it down a wee bit. All right, so we got the hoses all routed and cut the length. We might shorten them up a little bit. So one of them goes into the crankcase fill neck. Other one goes into the nipple for the crankcase on the back side where the original one came up. And then one of them connects into your intake, back down into there, and it is plugged in at the end, so it will catch everything, all the oil.
All right, guys, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and get this air temperature gauge in this guy. So I got a trusty knife. And while I do this, Andrew is doing things over there. What are you doing, Andrew?
I'm just organizing all the wiring.
All right, Andrew is now routing the aRacer. So now we got the Chimera intake to this guy.
Where?
Right there. The fuel or air temperature sensor.
Got that?
We should put some screws in here, but I don't have any right now. We'll do that later. We're gonna do the aRacer now, get that guy all hooked up, and then we're gonna throw some oil in this guy, and then boom! We're gonna start her up. All right, while Andrew is working on this, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up this guy with the Motul 300V Koso recommended oil. We got the sight glass, so normally it would be 1 quart for the stock engine, but since we have the oil cooler, probably a little bit more.
Keep going.
Oh,
Keep going.
what? It's got a nozzle.
And then unscrew it now.
Look at this. When you pay $80 for a gallon of this, you get a nozzle with it. It's nice. Motul, guys. This episode is definitely not sponsored by them. This came out of the Patreon funds. So this stuff is actually green, like Mountain Dew, halfway up. Okay. Oh, wow, that is green. Lando, get in here. Look at that. This 300V Motul Racing Synthetic Motor Oil is green. Look at that. I did buy it off Amazon, but synthetic motor oil. So we're going to run with it. All right. We're going to go through the last settings, and then we'll be right back. We're going to fire this guy up. All right, guys, moment of truth now. We got our safety team here. So we got Lando, we got Mike Braps, we got fire extinguishers. Andrew has dirt bike tricks. We're good?
We're good.
All right, aRacer is good. Here we go. Cross your fingers. You guys ready? Yeah, oh yeah, open the garage a little bit. Let's not kill ourselves. All right, what are we looking for here once we start this?
We're going to make sure the air fuels are at the right percentage. We're going to make sure the oil is topped off.
What is the right percentage? 14? 13?
Yeah, we're going to keep it under 14. Make a rich, safe tune on it for right
now.
now.
So right now we got we're on the high level of the it's okay. I'm nervous.
It's okay.
We're at the high level of the oil capacity here. So once we turn it on, all the oil is going to get sucked up here. Then we're going to have to shut it down. But we're going to let it run for a little bit, idle hopefully, and woo!
See where we're at.
Right.
Yeah, you guys ready? Fire extinguisher ready? No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Are you waiting for that good moment?
I'm waiting for Andrew to just give me the okay. Live chat, say a prayer.
This is what you guys waited for.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
3, 2, 1. The battery's dead.
Oh my God! I'm
We'll
going
be right back.
I'm going home.
All right, guys, we're back. We put Lando's featherweight battery in here. We're gonna test it now. Fingers crossed. Fire extinguishers ready? Live chat ready?
Ready.
All right, garage open.
Let's go.
Yep.
Dirt bike tricks, you good?
Yep. You just key on.
All
for
right,
it
turning key on. 3,
30.
2,
28.
1.
Press. Dirt bike tricks.
All right, we're back. We're counting down from 2, 1, 0. We put fuel in it, right? Live chat, Grumble
yeah.
Snowman said the fucking pterodactyl and I said the fuel.
I got you.
No, please don't. Said the fuel pump may not be primed, so we're gonna do this a couple times, on and off, maybe 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, Lando. No, 6 times. All right, we primed this 4 times, not 3, not 2. We primed this 5 times.
Good number.
All right, moment of truth.
Here we go. It's gonna start.
3, 2, 1 and a half. All right, while they're working on this, let me just go ahead and give a shout out to Mr. Blockhead. The 93 Dinosaurs is available at the link below. All right, they're doing things over there. We're working on the fuel injector now to make sure it's actually shooting fuel. What are you doing now?
We're gonna try to crank it real quick.
With nothing, it's not actually going to start,
No,
right?
no, no, it's not gonna start.
You're going to just see if it shoots fuel.
Yes.
All right, fuel's coming out. So we got fuel. We got spark. What are we missing?
We got start now.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's gonna start.
You think it's going to start now? Why are we high-fiving? All right, guys, we're back. What did we do? We checked the fuel lines?
Yeah, we checked spark. We checked fuel.
So we checked the two things that should stop it from sparking and firing and fueling and, all right. We'll do a countdown. Live chat, you ready? Good. 3, 2, fire extinguishers ready? This is when it blows. 1.
It's gonna start.
Oh, garage door opener! Woo! Holy shit, that's loud!
You're low on that. Turn it off. You gotta turn it off for a second. It sucked up that oil quick.
All right, we gotta add more oil. It started though. Woo! 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 Oh, it smells so delicious. No throwing no lies. All right, guys, it started, so we're good. We're gonna fill it up with some more oil. It sucked all that dry, so it's actually low. We can't even see it in the sight glass anymore. So Landeth is adding the top shelf bourbon to it, and we're gonna refire it. Sounds amazing. Yes!
Yes!
Woo! 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 Okay, Landeth topped it off. We're gonna refire her and suck it down a little bit more, and then maybe top it off again. All right, 3, 2, 1, and 1. It's like a remix. All right, guys, we're going to top it off for the last time, I think, with the mold tool, and we're going to crank it up and let it come up to temperature. And then Andrew's going to do some things on the aRacer. God, it sounds amazing. Listen to that. I'm going to check to make sure wife is not texting me. We're good. That is up top. Up top. Up down low. This is so loud. It's deep though.
What do you want it to let it get up to? What temperature?
Get it up to 80 degrees Celsius. 80 degrees Celsius. It's shaking the whole Harbor Freight. Oh my God. This thing is so beefy. While this is coming up to temperature, I just want to thank all the sponsors, all the patrons, everyone that joined us in the pre-show, everyone that made this happen. Dirt Bike Tricks, Mike, Lando, Wally, everybody came over, made this possible. You guys are the MVPs of this show. Stock2Not Season 1. So far, huge success. It's going to be fun to rip at the tail of the dragon. So Koso, you can hear that cam just beefy. Competition works. God, I just want to fucking rip it. This is why people blow their shit up. They just turn around and they're like, whoa, no, 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 no. This is also a really good time to thank my neighbors. So the last 12 weeks they've endured all this shit. So shout out to my neighbors. Love you guys. Appreciate you, the real MVPs. Woo! All right, guys, we are back. So we took a little break, let it air it out here a little bit. Stop tapping me, please. Get in here. All right. Ow. Real talk. These are the guys that made it happen. Not so much this guy on the right, but Dirt Bike Tricks and Mike Braps. These are the ones, the VIPs, the MVPs. Lando.
I'll just take this back so the bike
Lando's battery did an amazing job this week. We'll do some more heat cycles. What are we doing, Dirt Bike Tricks?
We're going to do a few more heat cycles before we actually go on the maiden voyage around the block.
Yep.
Low throttle, low RPM, and that's it. And then we're just going to keep doing that and then get it all.
So we're going to bring up the temperature, which is whatever degrees it is, bring it back down, bring it up, bring it down, bring it all up. We're going to drop the oil out of it, replace it, expensive oil, but we're still going to do it. And we're going to check the spark plug, make sure it's not running lean, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So we're going to end this episode. It started, amazing moment, episode 12. Only took 12 episodes to get it started. We still have some more stuff to do to the bike. We have to put the graphic kit on, wrap the forks. So we're almost there, and then we want to tune it. We want to take it to a dyno tuner. We may or may not do that. What do you think? Think it's needed?
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
This thing's plenty, so.
So we want to keep this on. We're trying not to blow this guy up. So we're keeping this guy on the side of caution. So 10,000 RPMs is the max we set it for on the aRacer. So hopefully we're not going to blow this guy up. So we're going to do some heat cycles in future episodes. Stay tuned for motovlogs for that. But shout out to the Patreons for joining us every week in the chat. And then, of course, my companions here, co-hosts, for making this happen, and then all the sponsors as well. All right, we're going to end episode 12. We'll kick it back up next week with episode 13, where we get into some of the graphics, and then we're going to wrap this series up. So season 1, huge success. Up top, don't leave me hanging. Mike Braps. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Have a good night. Oh!